top 10 brewing disputes, including those involving Stefon Diggs and Aaron Rodgers. There are typically 7 months between important games in the league, but newsworthy events are never in short supply. Perhaps more people are interested in the league off the field than on Sundays. There are issues that have been debated all summer long but haven't been resolved, some that are simmering below the surface, and yet others that haven't begun yet but may with a few poor performances. The following list of 10 NFL season controversy hot topics. Now everything is wonderful. Rodgers has generally done and said everything correctly. He was a star on Hard Knocks, had a great touchdown pass in his sole preseason game after flashing the "I love you" sign to the crowd. But first, let's examine the Jets' opening 4 contests against the Bills, the Cowboys, the Patriots, and the Chiefs. What if the Jets have a poor start? It is doable. High expectations are present, and Rodgers is moving to New York after nearly 2 decades in the NFL's smallest market. Now, everything between Rodgers and New York is perfect. What takes place when a losing streak begins? Wilson might have a terrific game, and he and Peyton might have a happy ending. But in the preseason, the Denver Broncos starting offense didn't look fantastic. Wilson's backup, Jarrett Stidham, completed 17 of 28 passes for 236 yards and a touchdown in Denver's final preseason game. He presented well, and the Broncos seem to be ready for a potential transition with his 2-year, $10 million contract. If Wilson proves to be unsuccessful early in the season, would Peyton actually bench him? Wilson could want to get things going quickly just to head off any potential backlash. Peyton doesn't like the limelight, and he gave a remarkable USA Today interview at the beginning of training camp, so he brought it on himself. Former Broncos coach Nathaniel Hackett, who is now the offensive coordinator for the Jets, came under fire from Peyton, who called their performance last season one of the worst coaching jobs in the history of the NFL. Numerous Jets defended Hackett, and Peyton unconvincingly expressed contrition for the remarks. And guess what? On October 8th, the Jets take on the Broncos. One for the script used by the NFL. Damage management has been a priority for the Bills and Diggs for some time. Diggs allegedly raged at Josh Allen while watching a playoff loss. He skipped Buffalo's minicamp, and ESPN's Stephen A. Smith spread rumors that Diggs wanted out of the team. All those fires were quickly extinguished by the Bills or Diggs, who claimed there was no substance to them. Perhaps there isn't. However, there is too much smoke for everything to be well. Even if it might all be overdone, it's important to pay attention this season. Nobody is bringing up the NFL Defensive Player of the Year's refusal to play for a Super Bowl contender. It's odd that one of the top players in the NFL hasn't been around the club and it's getting no notice. Perhaps everyone expects Bosa will report or that a new agreement will be reached. Although we should certainly remember this circumstance in the back of our minds, they will all most likely live happily ever after.